It's easy to ask an artist, what are your quintessential songs that you wrote or that you love from your old band? But in this case, we thought we'd ask Graeham Goble, formerly of LRB, what are the three songs that he prefers that he didn't touch, didn't write in the Little River Band? What are your three favorite songs that you didn't write in LRB? Can you be objective? I mean, I'm sure you can.
Absolutely. No, my number one song would be like Beatles' Light of Day. I think that is as good as we ever produced. My well, I mean, I did write a lot of the songs, but I'm just trying to think the ones that I didn't write. I put on Masterpieces a song called Blind Eyes, which was a co-write between David Hirschfelder, John Farnham, and a guy called Chapman. I can't think of his first name. That to me was a wonderful song, and I guess the other one would be When the War Is Over, which was written by Stephen Presswich, he was in Little River Band for the No Rains album, and he was with Cold Chisel in Australia. So definitely our version, Little River Band's version of When the War Is Over, is, I think, the definitive version, and it's an incredible song. It's iconic in Australia, but it's so topically correct now with what in the hell's going on in the world. This song, When the War Is Over, boy, you need to check that out, because it's if you don't know it, it's pretty heart-wrenching. A wonderful song, and I think LRB really nailed that. And so that's a Steve Presswich composition.
When you were writing a song, before I let you go, did you have to continue it till you close the file, or could you leave the file open overnight, metaphorically speaking?
Yeah. Well, what I experienced many times was sometimes 3 days, up to 3 days before a song would emerge, I would start to feel different. I would feel, honestly, John, I would feel like, hang on, I feel a bit different. I think a song's coming through. That would be up to three days, and one, at least more than once, I would come up with a title of a song, and then I think I'm going to write a song called this. But more to the point was what I really know was that when I was right in the experience of receiving and working with and writing a song, I would feel I'd feel very different in my body. It's like something's entered into me, and it's sort of like a contact from something, and it says, okay, it's sort of like we're sending you this, it's coming, and I would know, and I could be talking to you or having dinner or something, and I would think, okay, or somebody might say something. Do you know that wonderful story of Larry Hart, where he wrote My Heart Stood Still? Do you know that incredible story? Well, he was in a cab with a couple of other people in Manhattan somewhere, and a cab came through a red light or something and just narrowly missed them. And the girl sitting next to Larry Hart said, "Oh, my heart stood still when that happened." And he wrote that down. And then, of course, that moment, that wonderful song, My Heart Stood Still, which is an American standard, that then entered the physical world, because he was observant enough to hear that. And so that's what used to happen to me. Sometimes somebody would say something, or I'd be put on alert. Basically, I would be put on alert to say, we're sending you something, not knowing what it was, but I would know almost certainly within the next 3 days that I'm going to suddenly, a melody and lyric would appear in my head. Not always, but many, many times that would happen. And I would be forewarned of it. And it might even be when I'm out to dinner back in the day and suddenly it appears. Mm-hmm. and I'm trying to keep it going in my head while I'm having a conversation with someone because I need to get to a tape recorder. I need to do something before it goes away.
Yeah.
That used to happen all the time.
He's such an interesting chap. I love talking to Graeham Goble. Little did I know that in the late 70s, when I was buying their albums, I would get a chance to talk to B. Birtles, Graeham Goble, and Glenn Shorrock about those great songs that helped me grow up. I'm sure they influenced you as well. We'll have more from Graeham Goble in the next few days. Remember, join our Patreon, get early access to videos and bonus material. Links in the description. If you want to help the channel, make a donation, there's links there too as well. But share our videos, comment on them, subscribe to our channel. I'm John Beaudin. This is Rock History Music. Take care of yourself.